Hey guys, I get inspired every single day. There's something out there every single day that motivates me to talk. Obviously, because I've got a different topic every day, but there's so much stimulation around me every single day. And yesterday was neat. I couldn't wait to talk about this today, because you never know where you get fired up from or where you get inspired from. So yesterday I had a coach come in. He coaches Junior B, and he had to drop something off. But the day before, he was watching. I had a few pros out, and he was watching, and he said, pretty cool thing you did there yesterday, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, Andy, you know what, 20 years ago, we thought you were nuts. A whole bunch of us thought you were crazy because no one did what I did. Previously, like 20 years ago, hockey schools or hockey training, it wasn't really hockey training. I mean, anybody that watches hockey, they'll hear the stories of the old hockey players that said they'd go for a couple runs or start working out at the end of August to get ready for training camp. And training camp was their place where they got in shape. And so anyways, when I started, I had a vision a long time ago. Well, first of all, I was working, when I was done hockey, when those doors were shut, I was working in the real world, and I hated every minute of it. I didn't like, you either had to wear a suit, someone had to tell me what to do, all these different things. It just didn't fit, and I couldn't get motivated. And I was the type of guy that when I was a hockey player and I had that dream, every single day I would do something to make myself better. Like, I mean, every single day. And I lived, breathed, and slept hockey. And then when it was over, it was like, now what? So I was working in the real world, and I said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. And I literally just quit, and I started my hockey training business because I knew right here that I had something to offer the world. I knew that as a player, I thought of all the things, like the itches that I wanted to scratch as a player, that people I didn't have coaches except for Mr. Rose that took the time to actually teach you the little intricacies of the game and how to become better and get in your head and to build you up. Because I found that there was a lot of kids, I really still find that there's a lot of kids that don't understand why they're doing something or how good they can really be. So that really inspired me. So when I started doing my hockey camps, it evolved into something great. It literally went for something that didn't exist to something that has taken me around the world and trained some of the greatest players. And everything literally in my life that I have, I owe to hockey, and which is a phenomenal thing. So I'm so glad that I did it. But for hockey coaches, my point here is, it's so easy just to follow what everybody else does. And if you follow what everybody else does, you know what? If you do the same thing as everybody else, you get what everybody else has. So I'm going to challenge you as a coach. When you're coaching out there, there's something inside of you that is you may want to be really connected with the kids and motivate kids and really help them out. And it's a great feeling, guys. It might be challenging yourself to become better and figuring out things in the game that's going to maybe change something, because you don't know if you're going to be the person that actually does it. But what else I'm saying here is that as a coach, don't just follow the norms. There's so many things out there that you're probably inside your head saying, I wonder if I could try this. And you know what? It's okay to try it. And people might think you're nuts, because they thought I was nuts a long time ago. And I've literally made a living, and a great living, and I had a great life doing the thing that I love. So I'm going to challenge you. And maybe you're watching this and you're not a hockey coach. That's okay. Obviously, because I've got people from all over the place sending me, Andy, can you keep sending these vlogs? And I think they're asking me to send these vlogs because they see a lot of passion in what someone does, and they've seen, and the reason I could talk about a lot of the things that maybe apply to other people's lives besides hockey is because as a hockey player and as an athlete and as a coach and building my business, you literally go through the ups and the downs, and you face adversity and you go through them. And every time I've hit my lowest lows and fought through them, I've literally come out and had my highest highs. So when you're getting into these situations as a coach or as a player, really go with your gut. Go with your gut and work as hard as you can to get through it, because you know what? It's really going to be worth it for you. So that was my little story today, and I had to kind of share it because when someone came in that I hadn't, so totally unsuspecting, we were just having a conversation, and it reminded me of how far I've come and how much I've personally grown, and how much, I hate to say it this way, but how much I've actually affected a lot of lives. And you know what? He just gave me another shot of energy. He didn't know he did it. But this happens every single day. So, kind of open your eyes, realize that you've got a lot of greatness in you, but it's going to take some work. But if you're willing to challenge yourself, man, you're going to have a fantastic life. If you want to be a great coach, I mean, you're going to affect a lot of people. And I think that's probably one of the number one things you want to do as a coach. So hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.